to July. So I was in school for 2 weeks out of July, and then 1 week I was very, very sick, and then this last week I was in vacationing for like a weekend, and then I got back and had to work a lot because I'm poor now because I took off like a month practically. So basically I didn't do a lot of anything, but I did read a really, really, really good book. So I'm going to talk about that, and I read 2 books, actually, and I just started a third one, and I'm filming this on Monday, probably going to upload it on Monday, hopefully, and so technically the month isn't over, and I could finish this third book. I just started it, though. I really don't know if I will. Anyway. So first I read The Disenchantments by Nina LaCour. Oh my goodness, guys. Blah. Blah. This shoots up to, like, top 10 favorite books ever. So good. Like, it was so good. It's told from a boy's point of view, but it doesn't feel like a boy book. I don't like classifying things, and I actually feel awkward saying this. Like, it's a woman writer, and I am a woman writer, and I write from boys' point of views all the time, but I just feel like this is a woman writer, and it's more, the boy is just so, like, sensitive and observant, and, I mean, I write those characters too, and I do, but I hope they're believable. I'm not saying he isn't believable. I hate when people criticize, but I'm just trying to get at the fact that, like, it doesn't feel like a boy book, even though it's a boy protagonist. I have a feeling that many more girls would read this than boys, and this has nothing to do with the actual book, but look at this cover. This is a paperback cover. The hardcover is just basically this close-up of this girl, and she has the title, like, across her t-shirt. And I would pick up this book in Barnes & Noble assuming it was a book about a girl. And then I, like, read it, and I was like, oh, it's not. And the thing is, I never bought it. Like, it took me a long time before I actually picked up the book. But I would pick up the book every time I go in Barnes & Noble because the cover was cool, and I'd open it expecting it to be about a girl, and then I'd find out it's about a boy. And then I just didn't buy it for whatever reason. But the thing is, like, I kept forgetting that it was about a boy. The cover just screamed girl. So then this is the paperback. I mean, I guess it's a little better. At least the boy is on it. But it's still, I just don't see a boy wandering into the bookstore and picking this up. I don't think a boy would assume that, like, this is a book for them. You know? Which is sad. That's sad. They should have, I mean, I love this cover. I love it, but I wish kind of they'd made it, captured the fact that it's about a boy more. Anyway, regardless of whether this book is for boys or girls, it was fantastic. It was so good, and I don't know why I waited so long to read it. It's about this boy, Colby, who is best friends with these 3 girls, and basically he's in love with his best friend. But he's good friends with the other 2 girls, and the 3 girls have this girl band, and he goes on tour with them. So it's this little road trip story, but there's lots of other stuff going on with him and the girl that he's in love with, and basically it's about him discovering himself and deciding, like, they had just graduated high school, and he's deciding what he wants to do with his life because he had this plan, which involved the girl, and she kind of backs out, and he's suddenly like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with my life? It was so good. Basically, I got to, like, the end, the last 15 pages, I cried the whole way through. I don't think it's even supposed to be that sad. Like, it's not sad, but it's, like, sappy, inspirational. I don't know. I guess I just identified with this book so much. So much. I mean, I'm 27 and I still feel like that. Like, I just got out of school. What do I do with my life feeling? I mean, especially, like, I just graduated from my master's program. So, I mean, I've been in school a while. I've had a while to decide what I want to do with my life, but I haven't exactly. And now I'm like, okay, I'm actually done with school. There's no going back to school. I need to move on and do something. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So, maybe that was why I cried. I literally read it like a week after I finished school for good. So, I don't know. But, guys, it was good. Like, trust me, read this damn book because it's amazing. Okay, enough babbling. Let's make this go a little faster. I also read Right of Way by Lauren Barnholt. I read this in a day. I actually finished the last... Ooh, I dropped something. I actually finished the last 50 pages of this and then read this whole thing and started the 3rd book in the same day, which was yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Because because I wanted to, but this is fast-paced. Lauren Barnhold is always really fast-paced. It's an easy read, and it's just a fun little romance. I don't like saying that. It sounds like it's belittling it. There's nothing wrong with romance. I like romance, but that's what this is. And then I started The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp. I've only read, literally 10 pages. I shouldn't have said literally because I don't know if I've actually read 10 pages. Bad use of bad word, Tammy. I've only read about 10 pages. I just started it, but it's so good. I can already tell. I love it. I love the voice. There's a movie coming out. I just talked about this in my last video when I hauled this, but the movie is starring Shailene Woodley, who I really, really like. And so this is the movie cover, which I don't usually get, but this was really cute, and I just really didn't like the non-movie cover. So, there's that. I'm going to be done talking now. Done talking now. And then also I watched, again, 2 movies. I watched Quarantined or Quarantine. Honestly, I don't know if it's Quarantine or Quarantined, and it's not worth it for me to look it up, but this was a horror movie, and I enjoyed it a lot, but that's because I enjoy bad horror movies. So, if you're looking to really be scared, I laughed a lot in it when I don't think you're supposed to. And I kind of made my boyfriend really angry because he thinks it's a scary movie and it's not. But, and it was just very, it was very predictable, and it was very, slow-paced when it could have been much faster-paced, but then, faster during stuff that could have been slowed down. I don't know. I honestly, I got a lot of entertainment value out of it, but it's not, a scary movie by any means. But, I mean, check it out if you're interested. And then, even though I didn't actually tell you anything about what it's about, but that's okay. You can look it up on your own, because this is already, it's too long. I talk too much, so there's that. And then, I finally watched Spring Breakers, which I've been wanting to watch since I first heard about it, because it's got Selena Gomez, Vanessa Hudgens, and Amber Benson. And, I mean, basically the whole time they're in bikinis. And doing bad things. Lots of drugs and sex, and these are Disney Channel stars and ABC Family stars, and, I mean, they're not anymore. I mean, they're not on the Disney Channel anymore, so I guess that's good. But, come on, I mean, how can you not be fascinated and want to see this movie? Maybe it's just because I'm a huge fan of all of theirs. I love the Disney Channel, and I love ABC Family, so I really like these girls, and I just wanted to see, if they could actually, do something more and pull it off. I probably shouldn't say this word on this channel, but let me just tell you, hearing Vanessa Hudgens, who starred in High School Musical, say pussy is whoa. Whoa. And she surprisingly, did a good job. I believed her. So, yeah. The thing is, I knew it was supposed to be, this really, messed up movie. It was way more messed up than I thought it was going to be. I mean, way more. I finished this movie, and I was pretty depressed. And I had to go to sleep, and I was kind of what did I just watch? What just happened? So, I mean, it's interesting. It's super interesting. And it was also way more, artsy in the way it was filmed than I was expecting. You really have to pay attention, and it's kind of hard to follow because they kind of give, the lines as, voiceovers as you're seeing stuff happen sometimes, and then they'll repeat it, but show something else happening, but repeat part of the same lines, and so you kind of had to, put it together, when is each of these things actually happening? So I really wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting it to be much more straightforward, maybe, all this, drugs and stuff happening, but I didn't expect it to be told, the way it was. So, I mean, overall, I thought it was really good. I thought it was interesting. Definitely an interesting movie, so check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Okay, that's all. That's all. I'm done. I'm not going to keep talking and say anything other than goodbye. So, bye! Now go read.